Hello, and I want to quickly show you how you can get Smash Ultimate mods with Yuzu. And don't worry, it's not with Ultimate Mod Manager. I know it used to be good, but nowadays it does not work anymore. So this is the updated version, and huge props to this guy. Thanks to this post, I was able to do this, and I'm just showing what this guy made possible for us. Okay? Good, we will start off easy. You can skip this part, in the descriptions are timestamps. And I will just quickly show you how to install Yuzu and how to go step by step for everyone that might have not had done this yet. Okay, we'll start with Yuzu. Here you can just go to the download page and download it for the system you use, like Windows, Linux. It won't work on Android, and I also don't know if it will work on Linux, but I think it does. Just install Yuzu. I will just bring the installer to the desktop. There we go. You could then install it, and if you have done that, then there will be two things you will need to watch out. The first thing, and a thing that I can recommend you, is when you install Yuzu and have this shortcut, it will always auto-update. But I don't like to auto-update, so when it has started, you can just pin this to your taskbar, and this is without the update. Now, you will have a pop-up with prod keys and similar things. And for this, I and also the tutorial will definitely recommend that you have a modded switch. From that you can dump the keys and also the other files that you will need to have Yuzu running at all. How that works I won't show in this tutorial. You will need to find another tutorial. Just search for a Yuzu setup tutorial. I'm just going a little bit about here. But yeah, if you have done that, then the next steps will be pretty easy. Just get your dumped Super Smash Bros. File, and we can start. First of all, you want to go on File on the top here, and open your Yuzu folder. In here, you have the SDMC folder. That's your simulated SD card. Normally on a modded switch, here you could have a folder to put in your mods. We don't have that yet. Just follow my steps and it will work without a big problem. We will start off with creating a new folder in here and call it Ultimate. In here, you create another folder called Mods. Now we have done the first steps. Go back in the folders to the Yuzu folder. And here comes a little bit tricky thing. You want to go into the load folder. And in case you are kind of blind in here, because there's very much similar things, for the game you want to mod, you see this part here with the numbers. You can either go here and open mod data allocation, or you can look at these numbers and go into here and find them. This is your mod folder. Just create a new file in here. I will, for example, just call it arc. Now that we have created Arc folder, you will need two things. First of all, you will need Skyline. Link is in the description. Go to Assets, download the skyline.zip. I will just bring it to my desktop. And also ARCropolis, again, link is in the description. Just open the assets here and take the nearest release.zip. And if you have downloaded both, you can just, here you have your release and here you have your zip. And as we use the second method here, you will just have to follow my steps. Go into Skyline, drag the folder out and put it in here. And now go to the release and just go into Atmosphere, into Contents, into those numbers, and drag the ROMs file in here. Okay, great. Now you could think you could already use mods, but we cannot yet. We need to do two things. First of all, we will start Smash Bros. Without any mods, as we need to have ARCropolis load first. You just wait till Smash Bros. Is started. If it's the first time loading with ARCropolis, it can take some time, so don't worry. And the moment you hear the little jingle and see your thing, then don't worry, it worked. ARCropolis is in, and we can click on emulation and stop. We have done it. We have done one of the two important steps to make this work now. The next step is go back to your user folder, go into SDMC, and in here you will have in your Ultimate folder now the ARCropolis folder. That happened because of the mod we have made. In there, go to config, to the numbers, they will probably be different, so don't worry. Again into the numbers. And in here, you will just pull that legacy discovery file. Great, we are almost done here. Now I will show you how to install a mod. It's very simple, but I will go for a difficult mod as you will learn one basic thing with it. Not every mod will work, especially when it comes to stuff that changes stuff like movesets. It could not work. So be aware, you will need to watch out for steps, and if a mod does not work, just look out for our next one. Okay, you will go to Game Banana. I just, for example, pulled this Essential mod out. In here you see this mod has requirements. Skyline, we installed that. Smashline and NRO hook. Smashline and NRO hook are default requirements for moveset changing mods. So, where do we put those? That's actually very simple. You just go back to your user folder and you just go back to the load E0 arc mod folder that we made. That's you will be able to find by just clicking open mod data location 2, so don't worry. Go into Arc, and now we go into ROMFS Skyline plugins, and in here we can download those two dependencies that are needed for the mods, libnoro hook and libmishline hook. I won't try to accurately say them. I'm probably saying them wrong, so don't worry. Just put them in this case. And those are the plugins that are needed, so the mods I will show will be able to run. Most mods won't need dependencies, but if they will be mentioned, so just read properly and it won't be hard. Now we can just download the TOTK moveset in this case. I will already have it here. And as you can see, if I go back to our user folder, into SDMC, Ultimate, Mods, I can just move it in here. And one thing you need to make sure is, look into the folder. If you see stuff like fighter sounds, UI, similar, then this is right, this is correct. Sometimes there's an extra folder inside, then you need to drag it out. Don't worry. Now that it is in the folder, we can restart Yuzu to make sure it works. And start our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. With every new mod, it can take a little bit longer to load, but if it's loading for longer than like 5 or 10 minutes, I would recommend to look into your mods folder and take a look if one mod is maybe blocking another, or something is maybe making it crash. Just move mods in and out and find out which mod is making problems. Maybe it's also a plugin, so just have a look out for that. In this case, both of those plugins work for us, that's good, making us able to play with custom movesets. And as you can see, if I press up B now, we see a custom animation played. And also, if I go under the map with Link, I can now warp through the map. So that worked. And also, skins. I will, again, in case some people are scared to this, also show how to put in skins, but it's very simple. I have my skin mod folder in here that I pulled out before the tutorial. You will just, again, search for skins you like, find them. I will take Emoji Kirby as an example. They have the similar folder structure, but in this case they have UI and also fighter. And one thing you need to look out is the numbers. The system goes from 0 to 7 for all the 8 different variables, as the PC starts to come from 0 and not from 1. So instead of 1 being the first, don't forget that 0 is the first. So C1, C01 means we are changing the second skin on Kirby's body. And in this case, fighter means we are changing the style of the character in-game. UI, we have character 1, character 2 and similar. And here we would need to rename a lot more than just a little bit to have also the UI changed. So make sure to also watch out that they don't clash with each other, as Some mods won't work if they have the same slots, so make sure you change the slots if it is needed, if you take too many mods. That's all you need to know, and with that you should be safe to go. And for now, have a good one. I hope that helped. Have fun with your Smidge mods. And for everyone that stayed, a little bonus tip. If you want to play modded with your friends, the best thing I can always recommend is Parsec. I won't go into detail as it's very simple to set up. Just use Parsec. You have an emulated controller input also. With that, you and your friends can all play together. Now, have fun.